The moment my wife said those 7 words, my entire world came to a standstill. I think I want another man. Not a divorce, not counseling, not even a separation. Another man. And what happened after that confession destroyed our 20-year marriage in a way neither of us could have imagined. But in the end, the person who walked away with nothing wasn't me. My name is Daniel Carter, and I was 47 years old at the time. My wife, Melissa, was 45. We had been married for 20 years and had 2 children, Ethan, 18, and Sophie, 16. For most of our marriage, I truly believed we were happy. I worked as a project manager for a construction company. The hours were long, the deadlines were stressful, but the money was good. Melissa stayed home while the kids were young and later started working part-time at a local marketing agency. I trusted her completely. That trust shattered one Friday evening. We were sitting in the kitchen after dinner when Melissa suddenly asked if we could talk. Her voice sounded strange, serious, and cold. I remember setting my coffee mug down. "What's wrong?" I asked. She stared at the table for several seconds before finally looking directly into my eyes. "Daniel, I love you, but I feel like I missed out on life." I laughed nervously. What does that mean?" Then came the sentence that changed everything. "I want to experience being with someone else." I honestly thought she was joking. She wasn't. She explained that after 20 years with one man, she felt curious. She wanted excitement. She wanted passion. She wanted another relationship while still remaining married to me. My heart felt like it had dropped into my stomach. I asked if there was already someone else. She hesitated. That hesitation told me everything. "Yes," she admitted. "There's a guy from work." The room suddenly became completely silent. His name was Ryan. He was 32, single, a fitness enthusiast, and exactly the kind of younger man a midlife crisis fantasy might create. I asked if she had already cheated. She swore they hadn't done anything physical, but she admitted they talked constantly, texted every day, shared personal secrets, and went to lunch together. Emotionally, she was already gone. What shocked me most wasn't her confession, it was her expectation. She genuinely believed I would agree. She suggested an open marriage. She said modern couples did it all the time. She promised she would still love me, still stay home, and still be my wife. She just wanted Ryan too. I looked at her for a long moment. Then I calmly said, "Okay." The surprise on her face was immediate. She thought she had won. She had no idea what was coming. Over the next month, I became the most supportive husband in the world. I never argued, never yelled, and never begged. Melissa interpreted my silence as acceptance. Meanwhile, I was meeting with attorneys, gathering financial records, documenting everything, and preparing for a future without her. The biggest mistake cheaters make is assuming their spouse will react emotionally. I reacted strategically. 3 months later, Melissa became even bolder. Ryan started appearing everywhere. Phone calls at night, weekend work meetings, and business trips suddenly became very frequent. The evidence kept piling up. One evening, she announced that she wanted to spend a weekend away with him. She said honesty was important. I agreed. Again, that weekend changed everything. While she was gone, I finalized my plans. On Monday morning, my attorney filed for divorce. By lunchtime, separate bank accounts were established. By evening, every legal document was ready. Then I waited. Melissa came home smiling. She looked happier than she had in years, until she noticed the envelope sitting on the kitchen counter. I watched her smile disappear. "What is this?" she asked. "Open it." Her hands started shaking. Divorce papers. Reality had finally arrived. "You can't be serious." "I am." "You said you understood." "No," I replied calmly. "I said okay." For the first time, she realized those two things weren't the same. Over the following weeks, panic replaced confidence. Ryan suddenly wasn't interested in becoming a stepfather. He wasn't interested in shared bills, mortgages, or real responsibility. He had wanted excitement, not a divorced woman with baggage. Within 2 months, he ended the relationship. Melissa was devastated. She tried to come back. She cried, apologized, and promised she had made a terrible mistake. But some mistakes don't come with a reset button. 20 years of loyalty had been traded for a fantasy, and fantasies rarely survive contact with reality. The divorce was finalized 8 months later. The kids chose to spend most of their time with me, not because I forced them to, but because they couldn't understand why their mother had risked everything for someone she barely knew. Today, 3 years later, life looks very different. Ethan graduated college. Sophie is preparing for university. I eventually met someone new, a kind, honest woman who values loyalty the same way I do. As for Melissa, the last thing I heard was that she's still single, still chasing the excitement she once believed was missing. Sometimes people spend years searching for something better, only to discover they already had it. The day my wife told me she wanted another man, she believed she was opening a new chapter of her life. She was right. The only thing she didn't realize was that she wouldn't be the one enjoying the ending.